Hey guys, it's been about 2 weeks since I've uploaded. Sorry about that. I did not mean to take that long. So I never got around to getting back to the Egress boss event in time for re-uploading anything. I actually didn't even get the emote, which I'm kind of sad because I wanted to, but at the same time, I was too lazy to set up a macro, and other games dropped. So I was basically playing other things because, to be fair, it kind of got really boring for the last couple weeks before the update dropped, and I didn't want to force myself to upload when I wasn't having fun with the game at the moment, so, or at least at that moment. But here we are. They added tournaments. We're gonna try some stuff out. I've seen people have been using Kilo for shield breaking because I tried Toji, but the problem with Toji is he is a little expensive. Um, I mean, he's a very good unit and he is a shield breaker, but he's very expensive. So cheapest alternative for multi-hit right now. I've heard Piccolo can also be good. Um, but Kilo stuns, and I got pretty good stats on it. Well, SPA stat wise, I got something on him because I was like, okay, that might help. And we're gonna try out Gojo on the team. So I didn't upload a video when I got Gojo evolved with this trait because it took way too many rerolls to get Ethereal. Like, way too many. I guess if I was gonna talk about the estimation, I mean, it was definitely over 700 rerolls, and that was rough. I mean, and the thing is, I didn't even. I think I was like 5 or 6 solars deep and like 4 or 5 deadeyes deep. Like, it was constant. So I didn't want to upload that because I was debating it, but that's just not fun to watch. Well, maybe it is. I mean, hey, maybe to other people it's fun to watch people suffering on trait rolls. I know people like trait roll watching, but when you're getting nothing from it, it's just um, terrible. And I'm trying really not to roll that much anymore. Um, but I got carried away on Gojo in particular because I was like, okay, he's definitely the best unit. So we're gonna try him in the tournament. Don't know how good he's gonna be. If he doesn't work out, we'll try Alucard in another video because I got some really good stats on him from the stat transfer. Thanks to that, because I mean that is a blessing. Unfortunately, I've pretty much used up all of my stat chips in the process, but at least we have some good stats on our Monarchs. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. I'm yapping a little too much, so let's get started. The way I've seen people use Kilo is pretty simple. You just place them down at the beginning, and then you place a unit to basically keep things going, and then place another unit down in the front to kind of spawn trap them in the front. Not really sure. I mean, the order I was gonna say is either gonna be Sung Jin Woo and then Egress, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna place Rin down first. I'll probably put Gojo down first, but we'll see how that goes. Um, Normally it's something like this, and then you just wait. I feel like it takes way too long to get money in the tournament, but I mean everyone's gonna deal with it, so it's not like it's just a me problem or something. But there we go. So I'm actually gonna place down a farm first. That might not be a good decision, but we're gonna see how that works out. I Yeah, I think I'm just gonna place the other Kilo now, and then I want to upgrade the farm at least once. But I think before I do that, I'm gonna place down Egress because we need that extra damage to kind of keep them in place. That way they're not walking up to this corner area. So there we go. And then we'll still have enough actually to upgrade the farm. And then we're going to get Sun Jimu down as quick as possible in front of Egress once we can. So I'm definitely not a genius when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, I definitely enjoy tournaments. At the same time, though, like there's so many other people that just are really good at strategizing, I should say. But at the same time, I don't know. It kind of always comes down to something fairly simple, unless it's a game-breaking bug, which, like I said, I'm not in the know about any bugs really in this game, except for until like after they're patched. I only really find out about it when the devs even mention it in the first place, so I don't go out of my way to look for stuff like that. Plus, I mean, if it gets found out, stuff will get reset anyway, so I'm trying to give myself a fair shot here. Then we're just gonna place Rin down. And then I'll place my Gojos down. And I'm assuming it's... So I've been just upgrading Sung Jin Woo every time first, because he's the one that needs the build up. I think that just makes the most sense. He's the one that's going to have the most damage anyway, too. He's the one that's going to have the highest DPS even. So I think that helps out a lot. And luckily for us, Gojo is pretty cheap overall. So I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. His effects are a little they're not like all over the place, but I mean I like it. I like it. I just think that it's a little distracting sometimes. So now let's continue with Sung Jin Woo. So the unfortunate part about Gojo is he is a single hit, and I think he's a single hit pretty much throughout all of his upgrades from what I've used of him. But he definitely does a lot of damage and he has low SBA. Even in his full AoE, it's bearable because, to be fair, his overall DPS is pretty nuts. And he has a stun, of course, you know, the time stops, so he's pretty ridiculous. Obviously, we're going to wait and see what Sukuna's like. My friend actually showed me recently he got really lucky. I don't know how many rolls he used, but he got Monarch on his Yuji, so I'm happy for him because I really hope Sukuna's good because it's one of his favorite characters in the series. And I'm assuming so there could be multiple reasons why Sukuna's not out. It could easily just be he wasn't ready. It could be that maybe they're saving him for the boss event that was basically leaked by accident. So when that drops, he drops. It could be because they didn't want him in the tournament because I can only assume he's going to be the same element as Sun Jimu and Igris. So, you know, maybe they didn't want people who got Monarch on their UGs to just get Sukuna and then obliterate the tournament and give everyone else kind of less of a fair chance when they already had some really good units. But that, I don't know, that doesn't really make sense, but I don't know. I feel like it's a possibility they kind of just wanted to wait for the tournament to be over. I'm not really sure if he's actually going to be cursed, but I feel like Sukuna should be cursed. I don't see why he wouldn't be. It makes sense. And I'm not really sure what his placement's going to be because Yuji's placement's 5, but Sukuna's definitely going to turn into like a 3 place. I mean, I guess it's possible he could be the first 1 place unit, but that'd be pretty wild. That'd be unfortunate for most people because that means Monarch would be the only trait you want on him. I'm hoping they do not do that. But if they did, I guess, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's just, unfortunately, 1 place units are whale units. You definitely don't want anything else on them. At least you don't really want anything to maximize on them besides Monarch, which, you know, understandably so, that's annoying. Most people can't just make that happen, but that's that's why I'm hoping that he's not. Hopefully he's at least a 3 place. And I'm hoping he's a bleed unit because that'd be insane, right? Imagine him with Alucard and Choso. And I know Choso got, well, fixed. Not really nerfed, but fixed because he was bugged. So definitely not as good as he used to be. But, I mean, he would still be pretty nuts next to Alucard and Sukuna if he's bleed. So we're doing pretty solid here, it looks like. I'm not really sure how our damage is gonna look until I think we get to around the 4 or 5 or maybe like 3 or 4 minute mark because usually by the time I have 3 minutes left, I think my damage is usually around 150, 175 mil. But then again, we still want it a little higher than that because our goal, of course, is to beat this 380 mil. Because um, basically, my whole bracket right now, the top 12, I think, is at least like 385 mil and above. So I feel like I should be able to hit it with the units I have. I mean, their stats are really good right now. They're literally the best possible element for the tournament, but I feel like I'm missing something because even my best possible attempt was only able to get me 379 mil. So that's why I wanted to try to bring Gojo, because I don't necessarily know if he'll help. Alucard probably helps more just because of his debuff. I mean, extra damage is always really, really good. But Gojo himself is just such an insanely good unit that I feel like it's possible that he could bring a lot here to the table for damage. We finally got Egress's full AoE, and maybe there's something I'm doing wrong with Sung Jinwoo's ability as well, because I always keep it active, basically for Egress's buff, because I want to have as much uptime as I can. Should be pretty much full uptime for Egress, because that's the important part, right? You want him to be buffed as well, because I believe my Egress gets up to about 122k every like every 5.8 seconds. So he's pretty good. I think Sung Jinwoo's, yeah, he's almost at 24k DPS. Egress gets to around almost 20k, if not around a little higher, yeah, almost 21k. And Gojo by himself is, I mean, this is with Ethereal obviously, but with Ethereal I think it's over 5k DPS. I just got him to level 60, so I actually don't know what his damage height is with Hurricane, or just in general, because I had him at around 52, 53 for a while. Thankfully, with the update to Infinite's giving food every 4 waves, you can get a lot macroing, so that helped a lot. So we got 9 minutes left still. We have both of these guys maxed, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, we did that pretty quick. Luckily, they're in the range of Furuka so we don't gotta worry about that. Interesting that he's getting really... Wait. Oh, you know what? It's this. I was like, why is he getting buffed so much? But it's because he gets the 10% on place, and then he loses it, which is so weird. I don't like that. I feel like, 10% is definitely strong, but I mean, I don't know. Losing it after place is a little much, I feel. I mean, would it really be the best, like, if it just kept it? Maybe. And for a unit like Gojo, he really doesn't need the extra 10%, but I think, it just I don't want to say it's useless, but 10% on place, as good as it is, losing it immediately after is just I don't know, it feels wrong. But like I said, Gojo's just so good that in this or for this unit in particular, it doesn't really matter. But like, if they release another cosmic unit that's fairly mid, then it's just not gonna make any sense to me. Like, maybe Gojo's just the one exception anyway because they knew they were gonna make him broken. And I actually don't think there's any other cosmics in the game at the moment that I can think of. When I last checked, I'm pretty sure there wasn't. So it makes sense that they would exclusively give it to something like Gojo right now. I guess it's possible that we get another new element we don't have yet, and it's on Sukuna, and it's like minus 10% SPA on place, and then it loses it after upgrading. But I still feel like it's going to be Curse. So we got his full AoE up. I should probably just pop this. I forget, is it on kills? Should probably have read that. Um, yeah, every kill. That's a little unfortunate because he's going to get his kills stolen quite often, but I mean, I think the only annoying part about Gojo with his Void ability is the fact that you need to have it basically activated for each Gojo for them to all have their SPA lower, which is a little annoying, but regardless, still, yeah, I mean, still really good. He's gonna be at like 6.5k DPS, most likely around there, without the Void buff, so that's pretty damn good. Um, I mean, and he's not too expensive. I mean, him and Alucard, I think, are actually fairly similarly priced, so that's nuts to me because I mean, Gojo's just insane. But like I said before, I mean, the unfortunate downside is he is just a single hit, but his overall damage is just nuts, and his ability is obviously insane. I guess the other downside being that he can only do it within his range, but his range is pretty gigantic. Yeah, 52. I mean, that's with Rukarin, but pretty good. You could definitely work around that. 150 million damage. I feel like that's solid. And I feel like I should probably pop this. I did not pop it immediately, so I kind of screwed myself. Honestly, I really screwed myself because I was not paying attention. I was kind of just like going back and forth like between the Gojos without even popping his ability. So now we gotta wait another minute, or in this case 40 seconds. Wait, that's weird. Did he not get a kill? Well, he did get a kill, but I swear last time mine went down to 8 seconds when he was done. Because he has 5% per kill. Dang, that's rough. because Sunjimu and Igris are stealing all the kills. So unfortunately for Gojo, he's not really able to build up as quickly. But he's still doing absurd damage, so there is that. I mean, our damage right now is pretty good. We're almost at 200 with 3.5 minutes left. Actually, this might be the strongest run I've had yet. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm hoping that's the case. We're actually gonna pop it on this Gojo now, because I want my other Gojos to have some of the buff. I don't want to leave them out. That might have been a mistake, but we'll see. And it said while Void is active, but I almost wonder if it's like while they're stunned. Because like I feel like there's no way he didn't get at least like 3 kills right there, but I guess I don't know, I guess it possibly didn't. So almost done maxing out the other Gojos. Yeah, that's pretty good damage. I should have saved this for Ginyu actually, the Void. That's what I should have done. That would have nuked him. But unfortunate. I kinda didn't think about that. At the same time though, like I said, I kinda want the SPA to go up as quick as possible because this is all about damage and getting the DPS as high as we can, as quick as we can, is most definitely important. Actually, never mind. Our damage is pretty mid right now. Never mind, because I think what you want is you want 300 million around like 1 minute 40 seconds, 1 minute 30, in order to even come close to basically like 380 mil. And don't get me wrong, Gojo's damage right now is still insane, but I don't think it's enough. I mean, 300 mil with a minute left. I mean, we're gonna have even less than 300 mil. Actually, no, never mind. They kind of came in clutch there, but with a minute left, that's not really that good. I think we could definitely do better. Um, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Gojo's the play. He is still really good, but I don't know. We're definitely not going to get a whole lot of damage here. We do have enough time to pop his ability one more time, though. So maybe for some reason that just does a lot, and it puts us past our goal here, but I doubt it. There's no way. Yeah, we're not doing nearly as much as we should be right now. Which is kind of crazy to me because I do have some pretty crazy units, but that's why I'm not sure what other people's strats are right now. I need to think of something myself because, yeah, this just isn't enough. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get anywhere past like 360 at most. Might not even get there. Yeah, we got 355. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely something I'm missing. I probably should just go back to Alucard. I was thinking about Cha, but you need to play 5 Chas. By the time you get all 5 maxed, it might not be worth it because I've already tried it quite a bit and it doesn't seem to work. But yeah, there's my tournament attempt with Gojo and then Sunjumu and Igris, of course. I think they're just, their main staples. But overall, Gojo did okay. The only problem is building him up with his SBA, and I just didn't do it quick enough. I wasn't really paying attention, so it's whatever. I feel like Alucard's definitely way, way better because of the damage decrease or damage increase you get from his debuff. And then also, it's just the fact that his SBA is just as good as like Sung Jin-woo's, if not better. Well, actually, it's much better. So the uptime on that debuff is pretty consistent. Hence why I got 380 mil the first time that I used him. Well, not the first time, but after like a couple tries. But enough yapping yet again. I didn't really know what to talk about too much in this video, so I'm gonna have to cut in and out. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.